So it is currently day 2 of deer season, or general season. I have a special tag here in the Kitsap Peninsula. Haven't seen anything yet, but no complaints. The views are spectacular. Got a nice little outcropping. I was able to drive up. And that view behind me. I mean, can't complain. Got a perfect unobstructed view of the entire Cascade Range behind me. All the way from way up there, following down. You could even see Seattle over in this little area. Wow. Unbelievable. I'm the only one out here. If you've never been hunting before, one thing that I know on a lot of these hunting videos that you see on YouTube is you don't see the amount of sitting around and waiting and nothing happening. I mean, it's beautiful. It's serene. You could hear everything up here for miles. Miles. Dogs barking way off in the distance out that way. I heard what sounded like people possibly talking way down that way. You could hear cars way off in the distance. I mean, there's nothing obstructing the sound coming up here once it gets past the trees. So I'm just sitting here on the back of my truck, tailgate down, just watching, seeing what's there. Something comes across this nice clear cut right here. We'll see. We will see. So I saw those Canadian honkers going up there, and I was just thinking to myself, I have the ammo for it in my little possibles bag, but wouldn't you know it, I left my damn duck stamp at home. It's just sitting in the living room on top of one of the pieces of furniture. I got it actually yesterday in the mail. I mean, granted, those were too far away to shoot, but still, I was sitting here thinking, like, if a flock went right over me, I couldn't legally bag one. What a damn shame that would be. C'est la vie. It is always important to pay attention to your environment. We've had a lot of storms lately, and that is a really nasty widowmaker. That's eventually probably going to follow on this road. I wouldn't be surprised if it happens while I'm here. MRE time. Today it is hash brown potatoes with bacon, peppers, and onions, courtesy of my wife. Most likely y'all know that I'm a veteran. But you folks don't know, or most likely don't know unless you know me personally. My wife is in the military. She's Army National Guard. She's currently on assignment, deployment, whatever you want to call it. She's not home right now. I miss her dearly. But she doesn't like a lot of the MREs. So whenever they give them to her, sometimes she brings them home to me. That way I don't have to go and buy them. So that's where I get a lot of these from. I've never used an MRE. If you have never tried, they come with these little fun chemical doohickeys that have this, I'm assuming, rapidly oxidizing powder of some sort. I honestly don't know what it is. You could probably look it up. I might look it up, in fact, to see what it is that chemically makes this hot. So we open this up. It says "Do not eat" for the packages. I think they wrote that for the Marines. If you're a Marine veteran, it's okay. I think they make cran flavor. I kid. I say that joking. Y'all know. If y'all know, you know. Anyway. Put that there. And then they have a fill line. It says "Do not overfill." My experience, after I put some water in there, I shake it around a little bit. And it helps heat these things up. And don't get too carried away. Like, these things do take a little while to actually heat up. So, put the water in. I'll put a little bit more extra water. It always says "do not overfill," but I've always learned that if you fill to where it specifies, it doesn't do a very good job at heating. And then we'll get this water all up in there, mixed up. Pretty soon, this is doing its job. Should start making heat. Yep. Starting to feel it get warm. Starting to chemically react. Oh yeah, there it goes. Yep. Oh, there it goes. Yep. Starting to do its thing. Woo-wee! See that? Granted, it's kind of cold out here, so. Nice cold morning. See these. If I remember right, they say the vapors can displace oxygen, but they're not actually, like, toxic. We will see. Anyways, so I'm going to let that heat up. I have not seen one deer, one bear. Alright, I think this is done cooking. Just pull it out. Oh yeah, that's nice and hot. Okay. By the way, you could use these also to warm up your coffee that it comes with, and also you could use it to warm yourself up with it. So because these are really hot, but they last for a while afterwards. So, note to self on that one. So, here's what we got. Let's open this up here. And that's what we have to work with. Now, I'm going to put Some red pepper flakes I've been saving on here because I like a little bit of heat. Okay, I like a lot of heat. Okay, let's give this a shot. Yeah, not bad. Yeah. For an MRE, that's decent. And again, I don't know what the complaints are. So just depends on the MRE, I guess. This was really lucky. I found some chanterelles. I wonder if there's any more over here. I barely saw it. It was just hiding in this. Wow. Right now I'm just actively scouting out, looking for more chanterelles. That was a rare little find. I don't really see those very often. And if you do, you see them in a big bunch, but I only found those two, which really kind of sucks. As a side note, so this is why I carry both a shotgun and a rifle. So where I was down there, back where I parked, is open by a big old logging area, but as soon as you get off that logging area, it gets super dense. And good luck getting off a good rifle shot with dense woods. It is not exactly the easiest. And a lot of times you're going to be close up with a deer. That's been at least my experience. I know it's kind of newer that I've been filming all this kind of stuff. And it is my hope that I'm able to share this with y'all. That over there is somewhere uniquely special to me. That looks like Bangor Naval Submarine Base. I was stationed out there for 5 years. I think that is either the service pier or Delta Pier in the corner. I can't quite tell. I'm thinking that's Delta Pier, or the service pier. I could feel the humidity going up. I mean, already it's a pretty damp and humid area up here in the Pacific Northwest, but I could feel that humidity coming up, and I know there's rain coming. One of the reasons why I'm very sure that rain's coming, it's not that I have some sort of weird thing about me. I mean, I know when it's really close because a lot of times I can smell it and feel it in the air, like the cold nip. But I actually have cell phone signal up here, and I know I was looking at the Doppler. But that's living in the Pacific Northwest for you. Thankfully, special permit, got my car or truck, so makes it easy. If I have to dip out, I could dip out. If I need a spot to hide out for a little bit, I can. The views out here have been absolutely fantastic. Zoom that in. Look at that. That's Seattle. Over there. I go over that way. It's kind of hard to tell because it's a bit whitewashed out, but that's Baker over there. And behind these trees, if I move, there's Glacier Peak, and I think let's call it White Horse Glacier. Okay, now that I've moved, there's Glacier Peak, and off over here, that I think is called White Horse Glacier, but I might be wrong. I'm probably wrong, but I think that's what that is. But yeah, there's Glacier Peak. Glacier Peak is one of the lesser known stratovolcanoes here in the Pacific Northwest. It is in a very remote location, and it's usually blocked by those mountains that you see in the foreground right there. So I'm in a unique location where I have some higher altitude that's above the terrain and tall enough to be seen over those mountains. So that's Glacier Peak right there. And I'm looking at these clouds and I could just tell. It's getting all dark. There's blue sky right there. It's all nice. And there's that frontal system coming on in. This is why I watch that YouTube channel, Pacific Northwest Weather Watch, because I'm always in the loop on what's going on. Let's go continue on looking around, see if I can find more chanterelles. I found those 2 chanterelles right over here in this little spot. Just by pure chance. But let's see if I can find some more, because I know they tend to grow in groups. So where there's one, there's usually more. Let's see if I can find some more. You know, sometimes you think you're paying good attention until you realize you're not. Look at the size of this. I had to double check. Something had at it too. Probably a raccoon or a bear or a fox. Well, probably not a fox. Anyways, big old paper wasp nest. That's a big one too. There's Mount Baker. That's one of the high cascades next to it. I think that's Suskin right there, maybe? I don't know. Yeah. Still here. Nothing at all. No point in filming when nothing's happening. Checked out a few other places. Now I'm back. Hang out here around sunset, see if something goes across this area. There's a lot of deer sign all over this place. They're traveling here. I just haven't seen any yet. Not even a doe. Unless something happens soon, that's going to be another day down. Just how it goes. I haven't seen anything. I've seen sign, you know, of deer and bear out here. More recent over that way. Nothing too recent out here. I mean, I keep seeing, there's a whole bunch of deer paths over here. Figured they'd come walking this way at some point, but I haven't seen anything. Oh well. Let's hope something happens soon.